So, folks, Tyson Fury steps into the ring again. Is it this weekend? I think it is. Don't think I'll be watching it. Were it a proper fight, then I probably would be. But I wouldn't class this as a proper fight. It's yet another exhibition. They probably will be trying, but it isn't boxing as we know it. So I'm not for supporting anything that's not really boxing. But yeah, a couple of thoughts today as I'm watching it. I seen him interviewed this morning, and I read a couple of things about the fight yesterday or day before. I think it was day before. Fury says it's not necessarily going to be a walk in the park. He said the guy's a big guy. He said he's even heavier than Fury. I think he said he's not quite as tall, but he's an extremely tall guy. He's well sculpted, well muscled, and I read something a couple of days ago saying he's got one of the hardest punches in the world, the hardest recorded. Now, if that is true and he lands one, old Tyson could go. And you can see, Fury's he's never had the best physique in the world. He's extremely tall. He's a big lad. But he's always had them, what's he calling himself? Love handles. I don't know if they're love handles. They're big handles if they're love handles. Anyone would be able to hold on to them. He could probably take 3 women at a time. There's plenty of room there for holding on to. But they look more pronounced than ever at the moment. So he looks like he's put on a good bit of timber. Now, he says he's been training for 10 or 12 weeks. But I don't know. Has he took it as seriously as he should do? All I will say is, when I've seen these or heard of these exhibition bouts in the past, all the way back to Ali, was it with a karate guy? Was he from Japan? I think he was. The boxer always wins, and more often than not, they're always classed as farces at the end of them. As a couple have been early on this year. Did his brother or cousin fight somebody early on this year? AKA or somebody like that? CIA, FBI, I can't think who it was. But I believe that was a bit of a joke. But all I will say is this. The boy he's fighting looks a big lad. He's supposed to be hard in his field and he's supposed to have a crackerjack of a punch. And Fury signed up to fight, is it Usyk, on the 23rd of December. I'm asking myself, when I'm watching the interviews this morning and looking at it, I'm thinking, could this guy really take Fury out? And if he did, depending on if Fury didn't, let's say he didn't get hurt, but he took him out, would Fury still want to fight Usyk just before Christmas? Would it still be the draw it's been? Would he be in the right frame of mind? He says himself he has mental health problems. And then I'm thinking to myself, and I'm going to sound like many of these I can't think what they're called. I might say it wrong, so I'm not going to say it. Theorist? You know what I mean? They visit irregular when I talk about people. Well, anyway, they visit irregular. And I'm thinking to myself, would Fury and his team have had a word with this guy and say, look, you don't knock Tyson out, or if he's getting airy any time, you pull back. You make it look like you're having a go, but you're not really having a go. Now, many will say I'm wide of the mark there, but I'm thinking to myself, are they fighting this as an exhibition, where the deal is they both get to 12 rounds and then shake hands and Fury gets it on a unanimous? Or have they primed it so Fury knocks him out in 5 or 6? Have they said just see how it goes, but you're not allowed to win? And maybe they've not. Maybe they've not. But maybe they have. And the thing is, as I say, if this guy does land a punch or two on Fury, for all he's not the boxer that Fury is, could it be good night Vienna for Tyson? I'm sure it could be if he hits him hard enough. He went down with Wilder, all right, he got back up. God only knows how. But that was a year or two ago. He's a year or two older now. And as I say, I'm not so sure he's trained for this fight like he did for Wilder. Anyway, we will see. Let me know what your thoughts are. Just comment below. That's what it's there for. Feel free. Don't worry about that. And if you think I'm a div, that's no problem. I've got people in this house that often call me that.